Saka's injury update, E's first training, transfer hints, 4 key takeaways from Arsenal training ahead of Liverpool clash. With 2 wins in 2 Premier League matches, Arsenal head into the weekend in excellent form, and Mikel Arteta will be hoping his side can stay on top of the table come May. Victories over Manchester United and Leeds United have given the Gunners early momentum, with Arsenal sitting at the top of the league on goal difference, tied on points with Tottenham and Liverpool. Now, all eyes turn to Sunday's showdown at Anfield, arguably their first big test of the season. Under the bright London sun at London Coney, Arsenal's squad got back to work on Monday with focus and intensity. It was a special day too, the first training session for new signing Eberechi, who joined from Crystal Palace in a headline-making move. The club released a set of training images on Tuesday, and here are 4 major things we noticed. 1. Eze makes his mark. Arsenal's newest signing, Eberechi, has wasted no time settling in. After being introduced to the home crowd at the Emirates before the Leeds match, the £67.5 million man took to the training ground with energy and joy. Eze, wearing his new No. 10 shirt, was all smiles in training, stretching in the sun, joking with teammates, and even hopping on Declan Rice's back in one light-hearted moment. Their chemistry is already showing, which could be huge for the midfield's dynamic moving forward. And yes, he's already looking sharp on the ball. Fans won't have to wait long to see him make his mark in a match. 2. Transfer window still open, and tension in the air. With the summer transfer window closing on Monday, September 1st at 7 p.m, Arsenal's business isn't quite finished. So far, Sporting Director Andrea Berta has had a productive window, bringing in Kepa Arrizabalaga, Christian Mosquera, Martin Zubimendi, Christian Norgård, Noni Madueke, Victor Gyökeres, and now Eze. But now the focus turns to potential outgoings. Oleksandr Zinchenko, Jakub Kiwior, Reiss Nelson, and Albert Sambi Lokonga were all present at training despite being linked with possible moves. At this stage, no exits appear imminent, but with days still to go, there's still time for either permanent deals or late loan moves to develop. 3. Saka injury, the reality check. One major concern from the weekend win over Leeds was the injury to Bukayo Saka, who picked up a hamstring strain, while Martin Odegaard suffered a knock to the shoulder. Neither were seen in training Monday, and Football.London reports that while the injuries are not considered serious, Saka is expected to be sidelined for approximately 4 weeks. Odegaard, meanwhile, may recover in time for Liverpool, but his status remains uncertain. Also absent from the session were Kai Havertz, Christian Norgård, and Ben White, raising questions about squad depth heading into such a crucial game. Gabriel Jesus, meanwhile, continues his recovery from knee surgery and is still working his way back to full fitness. 4. Max Daumann, the breakout teen star. One of the most exciting stories of the early season is the emergence of 15-year-old Max Daumann. After winning a penalty in his Premier League debut against Leeds, which Gyökeres converted, Daumann returned to training full of confidence. Photos from Monday showed him enjoying the session, linking up with Miles Lewis-Skelly and embracing the challenge at senior level. With Arsenal's injury list growing, there's a real chance that Arteta could call on the teenager again at Anfield. Daumann's meteoric rise has captured the imagination of Gunners fans, and if he does feature on Sunday, it could be a defining moment in what's already shaping up to be a breakout season. Looking ahead. With a top-of-the-table clash against Liverpool looming, Arsenal's preparations are clearly in full swing. But with injury concerns, transfer decisions pending, and new faces like Eze and Daumann stepping into the spotlight, this week could be a turning point early in the campaign. For Arteta, the challenge is to balance experience and youth, momentum and caution, and Sunday will be the ultimate test. Arsenal training, Saka's injury, Eze's first impressions and squad signals before Liverpool clash. With 2 wins in their first 2 Premier League matches, Arsenal enter the season with confidence and momentum. Mikel Arteta's side sits at the top of the table on goal difference, level on points with Tottenham and Liverpool, whom they'll face this coming Sunday in a key early season test. Preparations are already underway at London Coney, where Arteta and his staff oversaw an intense training session in the sunshine. As the cameras rolled, a few important details emerged, offering insight into the squad's condition, player moods, and what fans might expect at Anfield. Here are 4 key takeaways. 1. Eberechi begins new chapter. Eze trained with his new teammates for the first time after completing a £67.5 million move from Crystal Palace. He looked relaxed and full of energy, even sharing a playful moment with Declan Rice. Already donning the iconic No. 10 shirt, Ease is clearly settling in quickly. On the pitch, his sharp footwork and confidence with the ball stood out. Given the injuries within the squad, he could make an immediate impact and may even feature prominently in Sunday's clash with Liverpool. 2. Transfer window still active behind the scenes. Though much of Arsenal's incoming transfer business appears complete, a few players are still linked with possible exits as the final days of the transfer window approach. Oleksandr Zinchenko, Jakub Kiwior, Reiss Nelson, and Albert Sambi Lokonga all participated in Monday's training session. Their involvement suggests no deals are imminent, but things could change quickly before the September 1st deadline. The club may also look to offload fringe players to free up space or generate funds for a final signing. Outgoings in the next few days could define the final shape of Arteta's squad heading into the fall. 3. Injury updates. Saka, Degaard, Havertz and more. Notably absent from training were Bukayo Saka and Martin Degaard. Saka is recovering from a hamstring injury and is expected to miss around 4 weeks. Degaard is dealing with a knock to his shoulder but may still recover in time for the Liverpool match. Kai Havertz, Christian Nørgaard, and Ben White also missed the session. While the full extent of their situations remains unclear, the absence of multiple starters raises concerns ahead of a massive away match. Gabriel Jesus, meanwhile, continues his recovery from knee surgery and is not expected to return for several more weeks. 4. Max Daumann, the teen sensation making waves. At just 15 years old, Max Daumann has become one of the most exciting stories of Arsenal's young season. After earning a surprise debut against Leeds, where he won a penalty, the midfielder was back in full training, showcasing his talent with composure beyond his years. Photos showed Daumann joking around with fellow academy graduate Miles Lewis-Skelly, suggesting his fitting in well with the senior squad. With the squad short on options, there's growing interest in whether Arteta will include him in the matchday squad again. His rapid rise has captured attention across the club, and if he continues this trajectory, he could be a key part of Arsenal's long-term plan sooner than expected. What comes next? With a high-profile fixture against Liverpool just days away, Arsenal must manage a mix of excitement and caution. Ease's arrival brings creativity, but injury concerns and transfer uncertainty could test the squad's depth. This week's training gave a glimpse of Arsenal's evolving identity, blending ambition, youth, and experience. Sunday will be a crucial test of that progress, and how Arteta's reshaped squad responds may offer the clearest signal yet of what this team is capable of achieving. Arsenal receive major injury boost as Martin Degaard named in Norway squad ahead of Liverpool clash. There's some encouraging news for Arsenal fans. Martin Degaard's injury may not be as serious as first feared. The Gunners' captain was forced off with a shoulder issue during the first half of the emphatic 5-0 win over Leeds United last Saturday. Degaard, 26, looked visibly in pain as he left the pitch at the Emirates, raising concerns about his availability for the crucial upcoming fixtures. However, according to Football.London, the injury is not believed to be serious, a huge sigh of relief for Mikel Arteta and his squad. And there's more good news. Degaard has now been called up to the Norwegian national team for their September matches, suggesting that his recovery is on track. Norway will face Finland in a friendly on Thursday, September 4th, followed by a World Cup qualifier against Moldova on Tuesday, September 9th. His inclusion in the squad signals growing confidence that he could also feature in Arsenal's highly anticipated Premier League showdown against Liverpool this coming Sunday. But Arsenal's injury concerns don't stop there. Bukayo Saka also limped off against Leeds with what appeared to be a thigh issue. Speaking after the game, Arteta admitted his concern over both players. "These are the tough parts of today," he said. "Martin felt something in his shoulder after falling awkwardly. We'll need to assess him properly to know more." And with Bukayo, it happened while he was driving forward with the ball and battling a defender. He felt something in his hamstring. It seems to be a different injury from his previous one. Arteta went on to highlight the physical demands of the Premier League. "It's been just 2 weeks and we've already lost Kai, Martin, and Bukayo. It shows just how deep and prepared a squad needs to be to compete at this level." As for Saka, the early signs suggest it's not a long-term issue. There's optimism that he could return shortly after the international break. "He felt something mid-run," Arteta added. "That's never a great sign, but he's had similar issues before and knows how they feel. We'll speak to the medical team and evaluate everything properly. Hopefully it's nothing too serious." The timing of these injuries couldn't be more critical for Arsenal. With the title race heating up and a visit to Anfield looming, the availability of both Degaard and Saka could prove decisive. Degaard's leadership and control in midfield have been instrumental this season, and his absence, even temporarily, would be a significant blow. His potential return, signalled by his inclusion in Norway's squad, offers hope not just to Arsenal's coaching staff, but to a fan base eagerly watching every development ahead of the Liverpool clash. Social media has been buzzing with reactions, with many supporters expressing cautious optimism. Some fans pointed out Degarde's resilience in past seasons, while others urged the club to prioritise his long-term fitness, especially with a packed fixture list ahead. Meanwhile, pundits have weighed in on the situation, with former Arsenal players suggesting that Arteta should rotate more aggressively to protect his key stars. "You can't go deep into the season relying on the same core players every week," one analyst said during a Premier League broadcast. "Injuries like these are the price of not having enough rotation, especially in high-intensity games." Bukayo Saka's situation is also being closely monitored. The young winger has been one of Arsenal's most consistent performers, and any extended absence would be felt deeply, not just in terms of goals and assists, but also in his ability to stretch defences and create space for others. With Kai Havertz also sidelined, Arteta is now facing the prospect of entering one of the toughest away fixtures of the season without three of his most creative forces. However, the return of Gabriel Jesus to full fitness and the recent form of Leandro Trossard and Emile Smith-Rowe could provide some much-needed firepower and tactical flexibility. Internally, the Arsenal medical team is working around the clock, and the mood at London Coney remains calm but focused. Arteta, known for his meticulous preparation, is believed to have already started drawing up contingency plans for different injury scenarios, including the potential use of academy talents if necessary. Despite the setbacks, there is a quiet confidence within the squad. The team has shown resilience in the past, and with the title race going down to the wire, Arsenal know that overcoming adversity, especially during weeks like this, could make all the difference. All eyes now turn to the club's official updates over the coming days, as supporters await final word on Degarde and Saka's availability. One thing is certain: Arsenal's depth, mentality, and tactical adaptability are about to be put to the ultimate test.